Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Rachel, the CEO of the Stationery Chic and all of her makings. Today we are going to do a mini lined notebook. So the materials you're going to need, of course, are your images, front and back. You will need your interior lining for your notebook. You will need your interior pages. These are lined. I created these in Canva. And you will need your chipboard for your front and your back. I am going to use a 1/2 inch wire. I believe I have 50 pages for this notebook. Other supplies you may need are some type of measuring tool, a little pokey tool to kind of clean out your cinch or maybe lift up the sticky backing off your sticker paper, a squeegee. You will need some type of cutting tool, and you will need something to cut your wire with. This is a garden shear that I got from Home Depot, I think for $12 and under. I think it was more than 10, but maybe under 12. And I think that is all, other than the star of the show, which is our cinch machine. This is a first generation cinch and it has the circle punch. This is what I will be using. She's kind of my favorite. I gravitate towards her a lot. Okay, so let's push this to the side. We are going to grab our image first. And I'm just going to but I'm going to cut everything out. Now, if you like to laminate, definitely go ahead and laminate first before you cut anything out. I'm not going to laminate this right now, but I will show you the laminate that I do use. It is the Duck brand. It is clear and it comes in a long roll, and I got it from Walmart. Sometimes I laminate, sometimes I don't. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly trim everything down. And I like to use a rotary cutter. Some people are afraid of the rotary cutter, so you can use the X-Acto knife or a very sharp like box cutter to make sure that your cuts are nice and even. I'm just going to cut these down. Okay. And we're going to do the back as well. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. And if you are not, welcome back, welcome back. Make sure you all follow me on all of my social media platforms. I have a Facebook group. It's called Notebook Baddies. I am also on TikTok, the Stationery Chic, and I also have another page on TikTok. It's called Stationery Chic 901. And then I have a third page. It's called Budget Bougie Babe. So again, I got 3 on TikTok. The Stationery Chic, Stationery Chic 901, and Budget Bougie Babe. Make sure you follow me on all of my TikTok platforms. Again, the Facebook group is Notebook Baddies. If you have not yet subscribed to me here on YouTube, please do give a thumbs up if you like what you see. Okay, so we got our front and our back cut. So we're going to take our chipboard. I'm going to take one. And we're going to take one of our covers. Now, I like to center my chipboard If you've seen me on TikTok, then you know I like to pre-crease my images. Now this is a small project, so I really don't have to do that, and I will show you on the front cover without pre-creasing. But definitely when I do larger projects, I like to pre-crease. It just lets me know when I get ready to lay my chipboard down, I know exactly where to lay it down at. And it just makes sure that my image is centered. Okay. And then we are going to miter our corners. When mitering your corners, just make sure you cut right above the tip of that chipboard on all 4 corners. Okay. I'm just going right above. You can go straight across. If you want to put a little curve in it, you can do that as well. But just make sure you go right above the tip of that corner of that chipboard. Now, I'm not going to pre-crease this one. This is a small project, so I really didn't have to do that. Just make sure you have a minimum of a 1/2 inch on all 4 of your corners. So I am going to eyeball this, which is something I don't like doing because I really like to be as precise as I can. And now I am folding over because it will give me my intersecting marks, and I'm just going to cut right above that chipboard. I'm just cutting at an angle. There we go. And now I'm going to fold over all sides. And I'm going to grab the other one. And you can take your squeegee. If it'll help you, you can run it along the side of the chipboard and then fold over. Just to help to make sure everything gets stuck and sealed to the chipboard. And now what I want to do is, even though I have my inner lining pre-cut, I think it's still too long. So I am just going to measure this height. And I want 1.5. So I'm going to take it, not 1.5, I want it to be 5.5. I'm going to get my acrylic ruler. I'm going to line it up at the 5.5 mark. And I'm going to trim off this excess. I felt like it was too long. And I was right. Okay. So I'm just going to double check before I seal it on here. And it looks like it's pretty good. So I'm just going to peel this back about halfway to 3/4. Well, if it will let me. There we go. So I'm just going to peel this back a little bit. About right there. And I'm just going to turn it to the side and kind of line it up before I lay it all the way down. And I like it about right there. Okay. And I'm going to take my squeegee. I'm going to lift this up and we are going to press this down. There we go. And you can just gently take your squeegee and just make sure that it's all sealed in. And that is our back. And we are going to repeat that for the front. Again, I'm just peeling it back just a little bit. And we are going to center this to where I like it. That's good. And lift this up and seal it down. Okay, just gently smooth it over. And we have upside down. We have our front and we have our back. We're going to sit this to the side for now. And then we're going to bring out our cinch. And we're going to get our interior pages. These are our interior pages. Okay. Now my pages are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now if you look on your cinch, it doesn't have a 5 1/2. It just has 5. But if I take my paper and I slide it underneath, it's gonna stop at 10. It's gonna stop at 10. But the top of my paper is going to get cut off at 11. So pull out peg 11. Okay? And we're just going to take small stacks at a time. Make sure nothing is stuck underneath. And we're going to press. And we're going to complete our whole stack. I think the minimum you can put in here about is 20 sheets at a time, but I think that's with regular 20-pound paper. This notebook I am using 24-pound paper. So if I seem like I'm pressing a little bit harder, it's because I have probably more than the amount of sheets I need. Make sure you are putting your paper to that back wall. That way your punches will not be cut off. Okay, this is the last of our paper. Okay. So we've got our pages punched. Sit this to the side and we're going to grab our front and back cover. Now my covers are, I believe, 5, let's see, 4 1/2 by about 5 7/8. So I am going to adjust my guide before I punch. I'm going to adjust my guide to about 3 clicks. Whoop. 1, 2, 3. About right there. And I'm going to take my little pokey tool, make sure I don't have any paper stuck under there. And then we're going to slide it all the way to the back. Make sure it's touching that back wall. Make sure your peg 11 is pulled out. And then we're going to press. Okay. Got stuck up under there, so make sure nothing is under there. If your slide moves, just put it right back in place. We're going to take our back cover, we're going to flip it upside down. Our interior lining is going to be facing up, and we are going to place that all the way to the back wall, and we're going to press. Okay, and there we have our front and back. We are going to turn this to the side. Now normally when you have a small project, you can usually hold it in your hand, but we're going to hook it on the side. Now I have 10 holes, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to grab my garden shears and I'm going to cut that right in the middle. Sit that to the side. Now you can do whichever is easier for you. If you feel like hooking this on the side is easier for you, put your paper on. And then we're going to put our front cover on. And then we're going to put our back cover on. And then we're going to grab it. Make sure it doesn't come right back out the holes. Now, I have the first generation cinch machine. And on the first generation, it does not have all the binding sizes on here. And as you can see, this particular one does not have a half size for me to be able to press. So I have to grab my other one. So give me a quick second. And I forgot to check that before I started. So this one is the second generation. And instead of having the binding on the side, they have it here at the top. So as you can see, they have it at the top instead of on the side. So I need to go to half, which is right here. But the problem with that is if you just put it on the size of your wire, when you get through pressing, you're going to have like a little small gap. So to fix that, go in between your size and the next size. So you're going to go right in the middle. Let's see, about right there. Don't go to the next size. Kind of go like right in the middle. It looks like it's in the middle. Okay, then now you're going to have your curved at the top. You're going to have your flat at the bottom. And you're going to hold it nice and firm. And you're going to press it against that back wall. You're going to hold it nice and firm against that back wall. And then you're going to press. Now see how that is close together. If you want them closer than that, just gently press them. But that is close. And then we're going to flip our book over. You see how easily that flipped over? So this is our front. These are our interior pages. And that is the back. The back says every chest holds a secret, but hers holds pure wonder. That's all I have for today. Make sure you click the subscribe button, thumbs up if you like. Be sure to follow me on all platforms. Facebook, Notebook Baddies. Also, I have a Facebook business page, which is The Stationery Chic. TikTok, follow me over there, The Stationery Chic. Second page is Stationery Chic 901. And the other one, which I have a love for sewing, is Budget Bougie Babe. Follow me on all platforms. I do have an IG, but it's been ghost town over there. I'm going to try to get back over there. So see you guys on the next one. Bye.